Okay, so we are live now. So thank you very much for coming, guys. And today we have Sumit with us, and he will share his knowledge and experience with you, like how he's doing this expired domain marketing. So basically, he sell expired domains that are like highly quality domains. Okay, so he will. You can ask questions in the comment section, and I will pick these questions. Okay, and he will answer all your questions. And over to you, Sumit.
Hey man, thanks for joining me here. I'm really happy that you invited me here, and I would be happy, more than happy to share my knowledge with you guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got one question from Pathan Sohil. Okay, so he's
Okay.
asking like how to find expired domain for free using like any method without like platform like without using any platform like expiredomain.net.
Okay. Actually, I honestly recommend Spamzilla for finding expired domains. But in case you want to do it by your own, then it will be really expensive because you will need Scrapbox, proxies, and lots of other things. So if you need the fastest way to find expired domains, then I highly recommend Spamzilla for that.
Okay, and like you personally use Spard any like other tools or you have any like custom tools.
Yeah, like we have some custom tools, but using the Spamzilla, you can find both type of domains, that is scrapped ones and the auction ones.
Right, and I think you have any alternative for like for free because I think that is again a paid option.
If you want to find expired domains for free, then I don't think is there any better option than expireddomains.net.
Okay, I got it. And you are doing blogging also, or you are just selling this expired domain?
Yeah, I have some affiliate sites, and yeah, like we are helping people with like finding expired domains as well as like we are building our own sites as well. So yeah, it's a mix of both.
And like, what is your observation, like building a site from scratch versus site with expired domains?
Like if you build a site on expired domain, then yeah, you have a competitive advantage. Like you get an existing backlinks profile, right? So I mean, like if you just use a fresh domain, then you will have to face sandbox period, and just to lift up the site, you will need to build lots of backlinks. So in my opinion, like expired domains really help when you build a site.
Right. So this was the question from Junaid.
Mhm.
And further, I also wanted to know like what exactly things you check in your like before buying any expired domain.
Like for that, like there are more than 15 factors, and to be honest, I'm writing a comprehensive guide on it. But like to count few of them, you can say like we check for anchor text spam, archive spam, then we look for backlinks if they are authoritative or not. Then we check for like if they are spammy from Google Index or not. Like there are like couple of things, and yeah, like if you have any specific question regarding spam check, yeah, then I can really help.
Yeah, like basically, like if you start, doing this like scrapping, then what the first thing you do?
Like what do you mean? Sorry.
For example, like you are going to scrap a domain today, right? So what are the first things you will do? Like you will check like domain name list. You will check that what is the like domain name is brandable or not. Domain name is
Yeah,
clean or
yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. For that, like we look for domains which are brandable and they must be really highly relevant. So you can say like we look for brandable names. The link should be good. The relevancy should be great, and then they should be like spam free from anchor text and archive.
And I also remember like we both once discussed about this extension called .co.uk versus like .com and .org. So what is your
Yeah.
like opinion on extension? Like which is the best exchange according to you?
Actually, I don't have pretty big experience in for foreign TLDs, because we are mainly in .com, .net, and .org. So if you are asking about like SEO advantage for those TLDs, then I think it is pretty same. Like if you're going to target in the US market, then yeah, definitely .uk will have a better rankings. Will give a better rankings.
Right. And we got some question. I think you can also view them on screen.
Yeah, just a
Okay.
second.
Yes.
There's one question from Satam, and he's asking like how much backlinks need to consider a good expired domain.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, so we look for at least 40 referring domains, and anything above 100 is pretty good for a money site.
So that is again like you check on which tool.
Yeah, we use Ahrefs for that. We
Okay.
feel like that has the most accurate data.
Right. And you ever check or your client ask for to check backlinks on any other tools such as like Majestic. I believe that is like old SU people are still using such tools. So what
Uh,
you recommend?
I mean, like Ahrefs has the most data of referring domains, so like that's the like primary tool we use for checking backlinks. So if someone is looking to like check the domain in SEMrush, then they can do it. I don't think that would be a problem.
Okay. And like for HF, they have like these three options like live backlinks, recent backlink, like historical wise backlink. So which one you check?
Like I personally check in the live index, but like you can find some of the good links which are like which are currently active in the historical index as well.
Right, right. So like you check both of them or you prefer like historical part one or live one?
No, no. Like I personally prefer live one because the thing is, like, if I show the historical part, then people will say like there are like most of the links are dead there, so it will be kind of misleading, right? So
Right.
just to we have the most accurate data, we consider live index.
Right, right. And like you check them like very deeply because sometimes some automated links are also there. Like if you consider buying a domain name with 40 backlinks, then many of them may be low quality backlinks or they will be automatically generated backlinks. So you check them like equally,
You mean like you are asking like
one
if
by
we
one.
check the yeah, that's a whole lot like manual process. So we have a team and we check all the domains manually if they are like passing our criteria or not.
Right, right. So like what exactly is the criteria? Like you said that minimally you consider 40 referring domain and then you check any contextual links like minimum three contextual links should be there.
I prefer like hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hello.
yeah, sorry. Yeah. So like yeah, I prefer like checking the backlinks if they are contextual or not. So the thing is, if the domain was about was of any company, and so if the link is coming from contextual, then most of it links will be like from the articles only. Like if a domain is spammy, then you will find most links will be coming from spammy sites.
Right, right. So basically, one more question is there about like what is the success ratio of expired domains? Like if you are doing this on daily basis or on monthly basis, how much like domains you get.
Mm, like success in
Or
expired
I
domains.
think he is also asking about like if you are using expired domain for blogging, then what is the success ratio?
Actually, like so many people ask this question, and it is really confusing. Like because for everyone, success is different. So I don't know what that means exactly. But if someone is going to use the domain as a base, like if you purchase a domain for $500 and you are going to use it as a base, like as a foundation for your affiliate site, then in terms of ROI, it will be better than a fresh domain because on a fresh domain you will get like a handful of links for $500. So if you compare it, then in that case, expired domains sounds good and sounds better than like fresh domains.
Right. And one more thing I want to ask the user, like my and Sumit's voice is clear or not? Can you just type yes or no?
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay, and I think this question is also like pretty common question. Like, people check metrics when they are buying any expired domain. So, what is your opinion on that? Like, how much DAPA we should check?
Like for the DA, like I have analyzed tens of thousands of domains, and I can say like if the DA is 20 above, then it is quite good.
Got it. And like you check DR, which is like href metric, DR,
For
and
the yeah, for the DR, like you
you
can
are
pick anything above 10, like above 10 DR.
right. And like you ever check like velocity of backlinks, like if they are making like 10 links a month or something, because there is one graph in the href.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like if you see a spike in the referring domains growth, then it's a trigger that this domain might be spammy. So you need to be like really careful when vetting that separate domain, like specific domain.
Right. And yeah, you can just see this message. I have purchased one domain which have one fob links and how to use it. So usually what people do, they just buy an expired domain which have one link from authority sites like Forbes, Huffington. So what is your suggestion on them?
Like if the person, like if you're going to compare the expired domain having one Forbes link with the real Forbes link, like you're getting directly by paying for it, then it has a, like a massive difference. Like you can't compare it because the link juice will be totally different. And if the domain has only one link, then I'm not sure like how you're going to use it, because it won't give you any benefit at all. That's my personal experience.
Yeah, right. Okay, I think this question might be, about this Google News sites.
Yeah, many people reached out to me regarding the Google News domains, but unfortunately, I don't have experience in this.
Right, right. Okay, so this guy's question is how to find expired domain, like what is like fastest method?
Like you can use Spamzilla, like they have an existing inventory, so you don't have to like scrap them using tools.
Right. And one more question is there, like, what are the options for us, like, to check the history of that domain? For example, if I want to check, website's content, I will have to use Webek, and for backlinks, I will have to use href historical. So, what other options are there for us? I want to check,
Like
like history and everything.
okay, so if you want to check the history, then you can use one alternative site as well, and that is viewscreenshots.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the anchors, I recommend that you check in the SEMrush as well, because they have like really good data when it comes to anchor text.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, actually, that site that was like something snapshot.com. So that site was, I think, expired, and after that, I never checked that if we can, view the snapshots of website, it's like historically snapshot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I
I
think
will have to
that's
check that.
yeah, you can check viewscreenshots.com, and that's the I think that's a similar site.
Okay. And like, you have any option to check like historically traffic and everything?
You mean like traffic?
Yeah, like historical traffic, which we can check in Ahrefs. So you use that only, just to
Yeah,
check if site was getting any traffic or not.
yeah. Ahrefs is the main tool we have, so we check traffic there only.
Okay. Okay, and like you are using Spamzilla, so can you guide him like how to do that?
I don't have any written article on it, but I
Okay,
can forward one after the call if that's work.
okay, sure, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so Junaid is asking about, can you read this?
Can we do the affiliate marketing with the help of expired domain? Can I give the yeah, sure. You can build affiliate sites on expired domains, and they have competitive advantage than the fresh domains.
Yeah. So basically, like if you are using expired domain, the main, I think the main benefit you will get is like you content will be, indexed very fast, and you already have backlinks, so you will, automatically get pretty much ranking on your long tails. Because I'm almost buying expired domains every day, and I'm doing this, different tastings on like globally, like different keywords I'm tasting. I'm tasting with different languages. So that is what working for me also.
Yeah.
And like, do you check the age criteria of domain, like how old it is, and like what is your average, criteria that average age should be like this?
Actually, age is not a criteria, but if a domain is really old, 20 plus years, then it's a good indicator that this domain was really it was registered long ago and it can be authoritative. Like if a business was started in like 1995, so the domain age is like 26 years right now. So that shows like this domain could be authoritative.
Right. So you have any like experience with this? Like you are saying that a 20-year old expired domain is like pretty much. So you have any like small story with us to share?
Not really because having a age domain of 20 plus years just an icing on the cake because you still want to have that domain to like have great links and relevancy and all other factors.
Right, like for example, you are selling this domain, so you might have sell it to some client for x amount, and they receive some benefit from it.
I mean, like any benefit
Like,
from age.
no, yeah, from age, like if it is 20 years old domain, then what is the exact benefit your client got?
I mean, like there is no direct benefit because an age domain shows like the business was active for a long time, and there's a possibility that the domain will perform really good on the sub if you are going to use it.
Okay, and like what is like how you check the worth of that domain, like if it is like that much old, like 20-year old, how you calculate the worth and everything?
Okay, so the actually we don't calculate the worth based on the links. We mainly check it basis on the value. Like if the domain is in like cannabis niche, then it will be more expensive than a domain in a tech niche. So it's basically all the demand.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check some questions. I think one question is pending. Yeah, I think I will have to check questions in Nova group.
Okay.
Okay, so here is his question from Imran.
On my side, please. Okay, Imran. So, like, I mean, like, you are using a heavy theme. So, like, I don't understand. Like, what's the question is? Like, if you're using a heavy theme, then, like, your site speed will be slow.
Okay, I think he's asking about. I think his website is slow. So maybe he's asking about like what plugins to use, and mainly he's using this Bluehost. So that is again like a question. I think आपको ऊपर पूछ लो because अभी
Uh,
expired domain के relevant नहीं हो रहा है इसीलिए.
yeah, like, I can like get my developers help if you need, because this is a really technical question, and my developer handles all of this.
Yeah, I think I will resolve that question. Okay, so Junaid is asking like if backlinks are down. Okay, I think I am not getting that question.
I think he's asking like if a domain is panelized, then can it like reduce the DA of it? I think.
Okay,
Mm, I think like over time the DA, like DA is just a metric, right? Like you can still find many spammy domains with high DA. So like there is no fixed answer. Like the DA could be lower after some time, or maybe it just keeps on increasing if you like send more links.
so basically I think if your site or domain is already like panelized and you are buying expired domain, which is already panelized, so that is again like no use of it because mostly bloggers are buying. I think totally avoid site which is already used as a blogging for spamming purposes. Try to buy expired domain which is like having very clean historically.
Yeah, right. Like if the domain was repurposed before, then there's a high chance that you will find manual penalty in the GSC. So better to stay away from such domains.
Right? And you have like any experience with a site that is like because we always get way back with Chinese anchor tags and some different language anchor. So does that affect the overall value of that domain, or it should be like 100% English only?
I mean, like language is not the case here, because if a domain was repurposed for spammy purpose, then it is a trigger that you should not purchase that domain. And overall, if you see, then Chinese archive in like 99% cases is used for spammy purpose.
Okay. And the same thing is with anchor text also. Like sometime if I'm checking any site, then that site was overall like English site, but when we check anchor text, some of anchor texts are like Chinese. So what
Mhm.
you suggest about like Chinese anchor text? Like Webek
Like
is completely clean. It is English site, but anchor text, some of like anchor texts are Chinese.
Okay, so like I said before, like language is not the problem here. So what I do here is like I first translate the anchor text to the English. So if I find that link to be really natural, like coming from the article, then it's all good, because Chinese doesn't mean it is spam.
Okay. And like you check anything like domain is indexed or not, it is banned, or it was for any reason it was a webmaster violation or was there. You check anything.
Yeah, like we check for Google index. So if the domain is not indexed, then either it was panelized before, or like the like Google just removed it from the index because it was not live for some time. So there could be like either reason.
Okay. Thank you, Jay, for your
Thank you, Sumit.
appreciation. Okay. So he's asking like if you have expired domain, so you should use as like money site or PBN.
Like you can use for both.
You have like this observation like people are using expired domain more and more these days for money, like as a money site in like 2020, from 2020 to 21, because I think back then they were using for like mostly expired domain they are using for PBNs, I think.
Yeah, because you see, like if someone is going to invest thousands of dollars on one domain, then it makes more sense if you use it for a money site rather than a PBN, right?
Right. Okay, so you still like you are selling this type of site which are new site, like you have such domains which are like new
Um,
sites.
Actually, I stay away from news sites because they are not relevant to one niche. And these days, people are more likely to purchase domains which are specific to one niche, like one topic.
Right. Okay, I think he's asking for PBN. He want to like build 20 PBN.
Okay, so I mean, like, are you asking about hosting?
Yeah, I think he's asking about hostings. So you are
Um,
using like PBNs and all.
no, I don't have a PBN network. I used to make one like 2 years
Okay.
ago, but like there are so many PBN hosting, and I think I can suggest one. Yeah, I think you can use gopbn.com. It's a good hosting for PBN.
Right. And for PBN, basically you will have to use different hostings because you can't put all your site at one. So I think Go PBN also providing this different IP address facilities, and
Yeah, exactly.
Zika
Like
host also giving the same features.
yeah, so they are like specially catered for like PBN. So that's why their
Yeah.
hosting like has like different servers.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do this everything like manually using like DigitalOcean also. So that is a cheap option. You can host multiple site in, yeah, you can host like multiple sites with DigitalOcean. So that is again like going to cost 10 PBN or 20 PBN of $20 or something, because they will give you
Yeah.
this Cloudflare. You can use this Cloudflare. So basically your IP address and everything will be changed.
Yeah, you can use that, but like with the distillation, you get one dedicated like server, and like you can reverse through Cloudflare as well. Like you can reverse the name servers.
Yeah, but basically what we do, we are using a different Cloudflare account.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, but you know what? These days, so many people are using Cloudflare, so there is still a risk. So I recommend like you get a shared hosting and then use Cloudflare on the top of it for access security.
Yeah, that is also a good idea because you can buy, share hosting also.
Yeah.
And for like checking like ban and everything, you recommend any like tool or any website for checking like trademark of domains?
For trademark.
Yeah, to check if it is like trademark, because sometimes domain name are also company's property, so they might
Yeah,
claim.
there's one site, uspto.gov. Can I share it like in the chat?
Yeah, sure. Let me do one thing. So I will highlight it here so everyone can check.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, how relevant domain name should be, like, in terms of, like, what you suggest, like, domain name should have that particular word of that niche, like, for example, taxxyz.com, and, getting backlink from tag.co, and, good sites, tax sites. So, how relevancy is, like, important for you?
Okay, here's the thing. Relevancy is the most critical factor here. Like if you want sustainable rankings, because I have seen if people are using non-relevant domains, then the rankings are not really for long term. So I can give you an example. Like if you want to start a golf equipment site, then you can find domains which was about like a golf course or golf tournaments, and such type of domain will be perfect.
Right. And what about the backlink part? Like, do you check backlinks, like, how relevant they are?
I mean, like if the archive is relevant, then the backlinks will be as well.
Okay. I think he's using custom tools mostly, and he's recommending Spamzilla if you want to scrap domains. Okay, so he's asking like how to use expired domain for redirection and everything.
Yeah, like he's right. He can use SGXS method to redirect the expired domain.
And like he will also have to check if the domain name, like all the backlinks are point to that domain name or to that contents. You will also have to check that.
I mean, like if you're redirecting one expired domain to your like money site, then yes, you need to check that after you have applied the SGXS code. So like you can check that.
And do you check like domain drop and like how domain was used for different
Uh,
different purchase?
Okay, I checked the domain if it was repurposed. If the domain was you know what, like if a domain was about a company and then another company required it in the same niche, then it's okay. But if someone used that domain for PBN or like money site purpose, then I say like you should stay away from that domain.
Okay, so like basically, like you, like do you check or like you just check the wayback and everything, or you check drop count also?
Like drop count is not the issue. Domains keep dropping, and it I didn't see any proof where like there is like expired domains affect the rankings if it was dropped in past.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. He's asking like if he want to make a blog about like tag blog, and he buy a domain name which have this tag keyword.
Okay. To buy expired domains.
Yeah, can you check his question?
Junaid Alam.
Yes.
I suppose I want to make tech related blogs. Again, it's mandatory to buy expired domain which tech keywords coming for ranking. Like not just the keyword, but you have to check if it is relevant from the archive and links as well.
Okay. And he's asking about.
If an experiment read my ranking right away and from it did it okay. So if you are 100% sure, like if your rankings dropped because of the 301, then there's a high chance like you can get it back once you remove the domain.
Okay, and like if you are doing blogging, so basically, like do you check how much like time it take for your domains to show some results, like on an average, how much like month or years?
Like whenever you buy a domain, then you get an existing anchor text profile. So if you are building links on the top of it, then you can see results within 3 or 2 months.
Okay, I think meanwhile I will ask some questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so like for example, when you started doing this scrapping, so at that time, which tools you were using when you don't have that custom tool and everything when you just started this domain scrapping business?
Like when I started this,
Yes, yes.
okay, like I used to use Scrapebox, proxies, and RDP. So these are three things you need to do the scrapping.
Okay, and like so, how much time it take? Like if anyone is doing with this scrap box and everything.
I mean, like back then, you could find it, like you could find like handful of domains daily. And to be honest, that time I was not doing that at like a big level. And if you try to do it today, then like there are so many people who have got advanced tools, like and like thousands of proxies with them. So it is really difficult to beat them, right? So
Right.
that's why many people are like going into auctions to buy domains, so that like they can get a good quality ones.
Okay, like you mainly focus on auction domains, or you also check like back order domains and deleted domains.
Like yeah, like we focus only on auction domains.
Okay, and for that, like you prefer GoDaddy auction or any other auctions.
Yeah, like there are so many of them. Like there's Flippa, Namejet, Snapnames, GoDaddy, Namesilo. Like there are lots of auction sites.
So like you are doing like you are doing the scrapping using all these auctions, or you are like prefer on GoDaddy or on any other platform. Like which is your prefer one?
Actually, there's no preferred one because you can find like good ones from like any auction site, but you can say like you can find good number of domains from GoDaddy.
Okay. And like how much daily, like for example, if you have automated this system, then like daily on an average, how much domains you guys check?
We get a list of more than 5 lakh domains daily, right?
Okay,
So you can say like we check like that number of domains on a daily basis using a custom tools.
right. And how you like you filter them? Like if you have like 5 lakh domain.
Like we get filter them with metrics, then yeah, mainly it is metrics. Then there's a lot of work required manually, like you check domain, like in Ahrefs, like you check the archive. Like there's so much manual work required when you like search for domains. So we have a
Right.
full team here. So yeah.
Okay, so your full team is like they are working with you since like how long?
Like Surnames is I think 6 years old business. Previously, it was known for dominating VPNs. So yeah, the team is already working for like 3 years.
Okay, and like basically at the time, like what was your age when you started this?
I think I was 15 years old, and right now I'm 20. So it's like 5 or 6 years almost.
Okay, that is great.
Thank you. Um, and what's the next question?
Okay, someone is, I think they're asking about VPN hosting, which is the cheap and safe hosting for VPN.
Okay, actually, I used to make PBN like 2 years ago, so I am not really up to date with PBN, but you can consider gopbn.com for PBN hosting.
Right. Next question.
Okay, I get a domain with some. Okay, so for the 301, I recommend 301 acquisition strategy. So if you're not aware about it, so in that you create an acquisition page on your money site, and you talk about the expired domain, and like you say like you have acquired like abc.com, and you are merging it into your website, right? Then what you do is you 301 your entire expired domain to that specific page on your money site, and then in there you do the internal linkings to pass the features.
Yeah, just like basically you will have to create a content on your website, because if you are doing this directly to your homepage or to the main content which you want to rank, so your ranking might be you will lose some ranking. So that is again a risky. So go for the safe method, like create a content and then redirect that domain to that content and take backlink or internal linking from that content. So that will be safe method for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have something like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So guys, if you have questions, so you can just keep asking on comment section. I will pick them. Okay, so I think he's asking about this question. He's asking like if domain expired domain is related to tag niche, and he want to make health site on it.
You will rank better than the. Yeah, it will rank, but like you are repurposing a domain in a different niche, so it has a risk of ranking downs in the future. Like if Google catches you, then there's a possibility that you will get penalized. So I don't recommend like changing the niche, and try to stay close as much as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one more thing I want to ask, like, I think you are investing a lot of money on different expired domain tools. So you must have good experience, like which tool is, actually worth your money and which tool is like, is useless. So what do you suggest about this?
Ahrefs and SEMrush are pretty much really good tools, right? I think those are our two main tools. Then you can have like a Spamzilla subscription, and I think this is pretty much you need, like if you're going to look for domains, and because Spamzilla has already filters, you can just filter it with DA, DR, DFCF, anything you want.
Right. And like you recommend drop catch and like SEO.domain and this type of sites.
Yeah, but you know what? Like you can find all the domains data in the Spamzilla itself. Like they
Okay.
scrub all the domains from such sites into their platform.
Right. And like you have ever used DOM cop and like this type of tools?
Yeah, Doncop I used to use like 3 years ago, right? And I used it mainly for like scrape domains, but I no longer use it because like we are into like auction domains right now.
Okay. And like what is your minimum like budget with auction domains?
Budget like
Like minimum budget or average budget, like which you think like, for example, if domain name, for example, you said that domain has 40 links, and when you check and cross check everything, it is clean and like worth it. So how much you will bid on that domain which has like 40 links?
actually like it depends on the niche actually, but you can see if you are going to purchase a domain, then I suggest you take a minimum budget of $500.
Right. So like on an average, like how you decide that, for example, I think mostly people are buying tag domains. So for
Mm-hmm.
particularly like for tag niche, if I want to buy a domain with like 50 links or 100 like links, so how much it will be going to cost?
I mean, like you can just like ask this yourself. Like, if a domain has like 40 to like 100 links, and like, are you happy in paying like $500 for it? Because you can spend that $500 on a fresh domain, and you might not get the same results. So actually, it's up to you because people have different budget for the same domain. And if you can make ROI, if you can get ROI by investing $500, then it's not a bad deal.
Yeah, that is good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's asking about like most spam score. So do you check that?
No, no, actually, like many people like message me and say, do you consider spam score? I haven't considered it because I have seen some of my domains like having high spam score, and it could be because of like so many numbers of blogspot links. But like it is not always the case that those links are spammy. Like if a domain was owned by a blogger, so it makes sense that that specific domain has a lots of blogspot links, like because blogspot links are mostly low quality ones, but it doesn't mean like they are spammy, right? So I don't consider spam score.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, like I think English is also asking like create any post at the domain. No, not any post. Like you have to write about the expired domain. Like if the expired domain is abc.com and your money site is xyz.com, then on the xyz you will create a page about abc.com, and you will write like xyz has acquired abc.com, and then in the body you will write what is abc.com, and like anything like about like 300 to 500 words, and then you just redirect abc.com to that specific page, and in the content you can do the internal linking to your like main money pages.
Right. And like I quickly want to one more, like I want to ask, like mostly people just buy expired domain that is like I think deleted, and that, for example, many people are buying from auction, and if they are not I think they are not satisfied with the domain, so and nobody is going to buy the domain, and ultimately domain get deleted, and like anyone can bias domains. So what you suggest, like deleted domains are worthy expired domains or not?
Like that's why that's the reason like most people are like buying domains from the auctions. And like if you just compare it like with 3 years ago, then you could find good ones from the deleted list, but nowadays all the good ones get picked from the auctions directly. So there's a very low chance that you can find some good ones or like with high DR or like high referring domains from the like deleted list.
Right. Yeah, I think he already told like he's using automated system for that. But
Yeah,
he's
like it's a
also having
combination.
team.
It's a combination of like automation and manual work. So yeah.
Okay, we have last 3 minutes, guys.
Mm, yeah, Nilesh, thank you so much. Yeah. So Ankit Singh is asking any case study from a self-named HR success. Yeah, like we have published some case studies and you can check them on selfnames.com.
Yeah, I think so. Lastly, I would suggest you to give your like proper like introduction to the audience so that they know more about you. Basically, this was like very quick session for you guys, and we are like trying to answer all this question in this 30 minutes.
I think Nilesh is asking one more question.
Okay, yeah, we can take this question.
If I got such, if I if I got niche specific domain with having one backlink of my above friend competitors. Uh, Faz, like, can you help me with it?
Yeah,
Uh,
basically, actually, I'm getting his point. Basically, he's saying, like, for example, he's ranking on second position, and the person who is ranking on first position, so
mhm.
he must have checked, like, his outbound links, and then he found any domain which is like that guy is giving backlink to that domain, right?
Mhm.
So he want to redirect that domain to his site so that Google will think that he is giving backlink to that competitor only, that first person is giving backlink to second person, and the expired domain will look like a redirect site.
Like taking backlink from a competitor.
Yeah, but basically competitor is giving backlink to xyz domain, and he is going to buy that z domain. Okay, and he is going to redirect it to his money site, like main site.
Okay, I
Basic.
got it. So,
Yeah.
like, if there's only one backlink, then I don't think it will make any difference. You need like a couple of links, like to outrank your competitor.
And actually, if you see, in SU niche, so basically, for example, Neil Patel is going to give backlink to Moj.com, and Moj.com is going to give backlink to Neil.com. So that is not going to impact, right? Because they are like, Google is not going to consider that, because Google have like more than like 200 factors to decide which one should be ranked on the first position. Your content, your engagement, and your UI, everything should be better than the first person, then only you will able to rank.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Tanishan is asking if you purchase an expired domain for PBN and you want to rebuild it, is there any good tool to rebuild it, or we should follow manual process? Okay, so if you want to recover it in HTML files, then you can use a service called archiverix.com. I can share the link with us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Nilesh.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, guys. So you have any other questions? And also, lastly, I would like to, say to you guys that if you like such sessions, then do post your review in the Nuber group so that we can, me and Sunil will check if the guy is giving the reviews and like he want to communicate with one of us. So we will definitely going to help him further, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is also going to help you, right?
yeah.
And I also want to know like about your story, like your struggles with expired domains, and like how much you have money to spending, like on an average, like how much you are spending on these domains and everything. Because at this age, I think that is again very like inspiring for all of us. Because I think
Yeah,
on an
like
average, you are selling expired domain for like thousands of dollars.
yeah, like we invest thousands of dollars in purchasing domains like every month. So yeah, like when I started when I was 15, then I used to sell domains which was scrapped ones. So there was no auction involved. But nowadays you can find good domains from auctions only. So that is all our business.
So like that time you learn these things from like where, like who was your mentor or any, like you got any inspiration?
No, like I used to just check like expired domain was coming in trend that time, so I thought like why not to sell some expired domains just for like some money, right? So like slowly and gradually, I just came into this line for full time, and yeah, I had a mentor as well. Like his name is Colby Ran, so he guided me like to start a business. So yeah, so like it's a combination of all those things. Like we started Surfnames now.
Right, and I think you are also active in different Facebook groups, because I keep checking your clients feedback, and I think everyone, almost everyone, is like recommending you everywhere in the comment section, like buy expired domain from Sumit.
Yeah, yeah, like.
And yeah, I think I will wrap up this session right now. And if you guys have more questions, then you can like personally message me and Sumit. We'll definitely
Yeah,
going to answer your questions.
yeah,
So
definitely.
just like, yeah, because basically this was just a quick session for you guys, so that we also know that what are your questions and like your problems, so that we will going to resolve them, and I will going to have more session for you. And like I said, just post your feedback and everything in the Noble group. And thank you very much, Sumit, for your time, for
Yeah,
sharing
yeah,
your
again.
knowledge with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, man, for inviting me here. It was a real
And,
pleasure to meet you.
and I hope we will have more such sessions from you in more
Yeah, yeah,
advance.
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, anytime.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Yeah, bye.